Hello everyone, this is Manish Chauhan from Jagoinvestor.com. In this video, I am going to explain you how to fill your data sheet and put all your financial data at one place. So the first thing you have to do is download the data sheet which is given by us. Once you download it, you have to click on it. Once you click on it, it will ask for the password. We have already shared the password with you, so enter that. Once you enter the password, it will open the data sheet. And now I'll explain you step by step how you can fill all your data here. So the first thing is, let me just share about this data sheet. So we have designed this data sheet in a way that you can enter all your financial details at one place. So you will put all your details like your financial goals details, your life insurance policies, health insurance policies, mutual funds, deposits, loans, and other assets details, along with income and expenses. Now, why should you fill this data sheet? The point is very simple. We all have like some idea of how our financial life is, what all products we have. Some of us have bought the policies long back and we are not even aware about how many policies we have, what are their names, when is the maturity. We have a very high level idea of how our financial life is, but we have never put all the details at one place. That exercise is not done by us. Like, I don't know any person who tells me that I have done this exercise all by myself. So it's a very good exercise to do. So this is a free data sheet. You can download and keep this data sheet to you. You don't need to send it to anyone or share it with anyone. You can just keep it with you. That's all. So our intention is to give a small gift from our side to all our readers, and you can keep this data all by yourself. So now let me explain you how to fill this data. So the first thing you can do is you can enter your basic details. I'll just start putting some random data. So let's say I'll put the name, the date of birth, and let's say I put this, the yearly EPF contribution, and this contribution is yours and your employer's contribution, the total contribution you are doing in a yearly basis. So let's say your EPF is 6,000 rupees, your personal EPF, and your employer's is also matching it, so 12,000 into 12. So that will be 1,44,000. So you enter the whole amount here. Then you enter your spouse name. So I'll just put something, and the date of birth. And if the spouse is working, then, and if there is EPF contribution, you write that also. So I'll just put a random number. If it is not there, you can just leave it blank. Then your your kids name, we have just put the space for 2 kids, so you can write their names and date of birth if you want. And then you can enter your parents details, so father and mother. So I'll just write something. And once you write this, you can also click here if you want their health insurance or not. Like, do you want to take their health insurance or not? So you can either put yes or no. So you can write your father's name and mother's name, or any of them as the case maybe. And you can write your kid's name here. So once you do this, I'll just write one more here. Okay, fine. So once you fill this, you go to the next section, and this is the financial goals section. Now this is a very important section. We all have financial goals in life. Some of us have already defined it and we are aware of it. Some of us have never defined it. So now this is a time when you should do it. So choose, there's a drop down here. So you can choose the goals from the drop down, or you can just directly write it here. You can just type it and write it, whatever it is. So I'll just choose one. So let's say retirement planning. This is one of the goals which everyone has. Write the target year. So let's say the target year is 2040, and then you have to write the amount you would need for this goal in today's term, which means is that if your retirement planning happens today, right now, then how much money will be sufficient. So let's say you put that today 2 crores is okay, 2 crores is fine. So just choose 2 crores from here. So it will automatically tell you that what will be the worth of your goal on the target date. So 2 crores today is equivalent to 13.131 crores in 2040. So this is just to give you an idea of, you know, how much it will be. So this is one goal. Then let's say you have Karthikeyan college education, which is going to happen in 2034, and in today's term you need at least 20 lakh rupees. So in future, in 2034, you would need 79.4 lakh rupees. This is a basic rough calculation. Okay, then you have, let's say, one more goal. Let's say vacation. You want to go in 2022 to for a tour, and you would need 5 lakh rupees at that time. So like this, you can fill your financial goals. Okay, we have given the place to enter 5 goals, which is enough, I think. So once you do this, then move to the next section, which is life insurance policy. So very simple, just enter all your policy details. So if you have a term plan, let's say, write the name, choose the category. So from category you can choose term insurance policy, the premium you are paying. So let's say 9,500, and sum assured is 1 crore rupees. So you write down 1 crore here. Is it 1 crore? Yeah. Okay, then let's say LIC G1 Anand, for example. So it will be a traditional policy. You can write, say, 60,000, and the cover is, let's say, 10 lakh rupees, for example. So like this, you enter all your policy details. Just make sure from the drop down you choose the right one. So if you have a company provided one, so you can just write company, or another LIC policy which is there by company. You can say company provided. You are not paying anything, so you can either leave it blank or you can put 0 and then put the cover, let's say 15 lakh. So like this, just enter your life insurance policies. The next section is health insurance policy. So let's say you have a health insurance policy. The type of policy, is it individual or family floater? So let's say it's a family floater plan. You're paying 12,000 rupees premium, yearly premium, and the sum assured is, let's say, 5 lakh rupees. Once you do that, you can just choose from the drop down that who all are covered into this. So let's say this is the main person, this is the wife, and this is the kid. Let's say the father is not covered in that, so you'll not choose. You can either leave it blank or you can say no, anything is fine. And then you can say company cover, which is you're not paying anything, and let's say it is 4 lakh cover, where it only covers you and your father, for example. So like this, you can enter the details. After that, you have to enter the mutual fund details. So just write down the mutual funds which you have. If any section, let's say you don't have a mutual fund, so you can just leave it blank. So I'll just say something like 95 category of mutual fund. So it is a equity mutual fund or a balance fund. If you are doing SIP, if it is running SIP, then only you enter this, otherwise you can leave it blank. So let's say you are having a 5,000 SIP in this one, and if it is active, it is going on right now, then you enter it, otherwise leave it. And what is the current value of total portfolio you have in this fund? So let's say it is 54,000 rupees. Rough value is fine. And this is the interesting thing, you can link this fund with any of your goal. What it means is that if you are linking it with, let's say, this goal, you can choose it from the drop down. It means that you are going to fund this goal with this mutual fund. So you will keep running this, you will keep this mutual fund till this goal arrives, and whatever is the fund value at that time, you will use it for this goal. If you are not, you can also choose to not link it, which means that you don't have that specified at your end, but it is a good idea to link it. Okay, So like this, you can just enter all the mutual funds. From the drop down, you can see you have all the things like ELSS, tax saving mutual fund, debt mutual fund, liquid mutual fund, ETF, FMP, everything is there. So that is it. And then next you have deposits. So you can write ICICI FD, and then category of deposit. So category, you have fixed deposit, recurring deposit, tax saving FD, corporate FD, chit funds contribution, or POMIS. So let's say this is a fixed deposit. If it is fixed deposit, then you don't have to fill this section. You have to write down what is the current worth or the amount invested. You can write any of them. It is better if you write the current worth. So let's say it is 50,000 rupees right now, and you can link it with some goal. So let's say you link it with retirement planning. So like this, just enter all the details. So if you have a RD, so let's say you have a RD in SBI, so you can write it there and choose a recurring deposit here, and then say that you have a 3,000 rupees RD, and current value is, let's say, 9,000. Let's say it has been 3 months now, so the total value would be 9,000 at this moment, and the RD value is 3,000. And then you can link it with some goal. Let's say you are doing this for your vacation, for example. You can link it like this. Then you have to put your loan details. So you can say home loan, you can say ICICI Bank. Category of loan is home loan. Current EMI is, let's say, 35,000, and the current outstanding loan is, let's say, 23 lakh rupees. Example. Okay. And you also have to enter how many EMIs have you missed for this particular loan in the past. So like never, or 1 or 2 times, 3 or 5 times. So like this. So this part is not required if you are just keeping it for yourself. But if you want to get your financial planning done with us, and if you are planning to send this data sheet to us, then yes, then you will have to fill all these details. Okay. So like this, just enter all your loan details, and then after that you have to fill all your other assets details. So the first one is shares. So write down the current worth of all your shares. It means if you have a 1 lakh rupees worth of shares, write 1 lakh rupees. Don't write the number of shares. We are asking for current worth of the shares. Then there is EPF. What is the current EPF worth? The total money you have in your EPF, in your PPF, the current value of the house where you are living, that is a separate section. And then if you have another real estates, which are your investments. So if there is any land, or if there is any flat which is there for investment, you can write down the current worth. Then gold, NPS, bonds, NSC, the cash you have in bank, loan if you have given to someone, and if you have RSUs from your company, or if you have anything else, you can write down here. And you have the option to link it with any of the goals. Now after that, the next section is income and expenses section. Now here you have to enter your income and expenses details. So it's very simple. The total income in hand you get on a monthly basis. This is for you, the main breadwinner of the family. So let's say you write down, let's say 80,000 rupees, for example. So it will calculate the yearly amount automatically. If the spouse is also earning, write down that money also. Let's say it is also 80,000. And if you have any passive income, what it means is that if there is any, let's say, if any royalty is coming, any rent is coming, anything like that, which is totally passive in nature, you are not working for it, then you can write it down here. And if you have any yearly bonuses, the total yearly bonus you are getting as a family, you can write down here. So if it is not there, then 0, otherwise you can write the number there. And then finally you have to write down all your expenses. So rent, grocery expenses, milk, vegetable expenses, domestic help, electricity, cable bills, traveling expenses, internet, phone, entertainment, eating out, health related expenses, lifestyle expenses, child education expenses, any other insurance apart from your life and health insurance. And if there are any other expenses which we have not covered here, you can write down that also. And there are other things which is automatically calculated. This is the outgo which is still happening from you. So For example, here 81,500 on a yearly basis is going in health insurance premium, health and life insurance premium. 96,000 of investments are happening, and 4,20,000 is going in EMI. So this part is automatically calculated. You have to just enter the rest of the things, and finally you have to just enter how many credit cards you have right now, how many bank accounts you have, how many number of shares you own, the dormant demat or bank accounts which you are not using, which are like open and they are just up like that. And then from here you have to choose, at the time of paying your credit card dues, do you pay minimum balance? So if you have never paid minimum balance, choose never. If you often do it, say most of the times, and if one or two times, then you can say very rarely or sometimes. And then how many loans you have taken till date, like in the last 5, 10, 20 years, whatever it is. If you have taken, let's say 6 loans, write down 6. You can choose it from the drop down. If you have not taken any loan, write 0, like that. And if you have any default loans, is there any loan which you have taken and you've not paid back? So you can choose it from here. If it can be never, or it can be like, yes, I had defaulted a loan in past and I have not paid it. So you can choose whatever is the case. So like this, you can fill all your details in this data sheet. You can keep this data sheet to yourself. It will help you in future if you want to like show it to your spouse, or if you want to share it with family members, you can do that. And from time to time you can just keep on updating. The best thing is that all your details are at one place. Once you do this exercise, the best thing which happens is that you become aware about your own financial lives, how complex it is or how simple it is, and you will get a lot of ideas on what next you can do. You will either realize that, oh, your financial life is very good, you have so many things, you are so strong in your financial life, or you can realize that, oh, I have worked for so many years but my financial life is in mess. Now some of you who feel that you need professional help, some of you who need that, you need an expert advice, someone who can look at your data, someone who can design a simple report which tells you that what all you can do, how you can plan your future, how you can do wealth creation in your life. You can contact us, you can send this filled data sheet to us, and then we can talk further on that. If you feel that we can help you, we can talk on that. Otherwise, no issues, you can just keep this data sheet with yourself. So that is all. I hope that it is very simple to fill, and more than 2,000 people have already filled and taken our help in financial lives. So that's all. So best of luck. Thank you.